Now, if history repeats itself, the worst is yet to come. Recently, we spoke to Dr. Karl about the possibility this volcano could prompt another, more powerful one to blow. Mount Katla is just 25 kilometres east of the current volcanic activity. It's known as one of Iceland's angry sisters. Now, historically, its eruptions follow those of the first volcano, causing all the problems at the moment. I won't even attempt to say that name. So let's talk about Katla, and will it give us any warning? Dr. Karl joins us again. We were just saying, my gosh, you were spot on when we spoke to you about a month ago. It's all unfolded exactly as you said it would. So how closely are volcanologists watching the second one, Katla?
Two things they're doing. Firstly, they're just doing straight visual observation, looking at the ground, seeing if there's fissures coming out. And the crater of Katla is about 10 kilometres in diameter. Secondly, they've peppered GPS units all over the place. Really accurate ones, they're called DGPS, and they're watching for a bulge by a centimetre, 2 centimetres here, and that'll give the knowledge that underground something big is happening. So they're the two ways they're looking at it.
Is it likely to happen?
We've got no control.
Okay.
With the soccer ball, I shall prove we have no control.
I love it when there's a demonstration.
Okay, soccer ball. This is the Earth.
Okay.
Right? The Earth is molten lava. All of the Earth is molten lava. The stuff that you and I live on is the thickness of this postage stamp. That's how fragile we are. That postage stamp is what we think of as solid Earth. It's not solid. It's just a big ball of lava. And if there's a little bump, a little discontinuity, a bit of turbulence, and decides to push through the postage stamp, it's going to. And when you say, can we predict what's going to happen, we know more about the distant stars than we do about what's happening 10 kilometres, 20 kilometres underground. Wow. Basically, we are bystanders, and all we can do is sit and observe and then react to whatever the Earth decides to do.
Oh.
That was nice and cheerful, wasn't it?
Yes, we sound incredibly vulnerable.
We are incredibly vulnerable. Life is dangerous. There was a big volcano that took off, say, 250 million years ago, called the Siberian Traps. It covered an area the size of Australia, half a kilometre deep, and killed and killed 90% of all the species on the planet. We're just bystanders. If it decides to keep on, we've got no idea. Nobody can tell. We might get a few weeks' warning, a few days' warning, with the bulging of the seismometer, of the DGPS. That's about it.
Wow.
Okay. Now, see that ash there?
My gosh.
That ash...
Yes. Now, this is the stuff that's causing all the planes to move around, isn't it?
But it can also hurt humans. It comes out at 1200 degrees centigrade and then cools down into particles of various sizes. It's made from silica, from rock, which gives us glass. A large percentage of that stuff is glass, very small particles of glass, which when they get caught up in jet engines, melt and kill a jet engine, which is why you've got the shutdown. You can see from the map there.
And it has the potential to shatter windows, doesn't it, on the planes?
Yes. It ashes them up so you can't see going at them. But also, if you breathe it in, it goes into your lungs and you're breathing glass. Last time in the 1783, when that volcano went off, it caused what they called the sand summer. 1/4 of everybody in Iceland died. 23,000 people in England died immediately from the smoke, sulphur dioxide, and sand fell out of the sky. So the ash was coming over and cooling down over the United Kingdom, and hey, there's sand falling out of the sky. The beach is coming to us.
Huh.
Now, geographically, on one hand, the disruption is huge. Airlines chopped off, our poor friends stuck in Iceland. But geographically, Western Europe could fit into Queensland. It's all happening in a very small area. We're very lucky here.
We forget that, don't we?
We do.
So the fact that all the planes are grounded, all the airports are closed, a bit of disruption this morning saying that it's overreaction, they've sent a few planes up and they've successfully landed. Are they overreacting, or is this a case of, not worth risking?
You only need one aeroplane with 400 people to go down, and everybody says you weren't reacting enough. That's the whole nature of risk. You can't predict the future.
And the connection between the volcano... so if the second one goes off,
Katla,
and global warming?
Complicated. Firstly, when Pinatubo went off in 1990, it threw out 10 to 15 kilometres of stuff into the atmosphere, so straight away the ash cooled down the Earth for 0.4 of a degree, and only temporarily reverse the inevitable global warming.
How temporary is temporarily?
Oh, a year and a half.
Okay.
So there was a little bit of a dip. But then on the other hand, the volcano is throwing out 15,000 tonnes of carbon dioxide a day, so that's numbers 15,000. Normally, the airlines throw out 1/3 of a million tonnes of carbon dioxide in Europe. So the volcano has caused a reduction in the amount of carbon dioxide thrown into the atmosphere.
See, maybe this is nature balancing things out.
I think it's just random noise of the universe and we're bystanders.
Then a quick last question. Any volcanoes in Australia or anywhere nearby that we should be concerned about?
We're in the middle of a tectonic plate. There's a couple down in Victoria that have erupted in the last 10,000 years, but they're little baby ones. We're pretty safe. Main danger is at the edges of the plate over near New Zealand, up in Indonesia. We're in the middle. We're safe. Ish.
This week.
Ish, this week.
Thank you for the demo.
Thank you.
I really liked it. That sort of put it in
fragile. Life is fragile.
Isn't it? There's Thought of the Day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Dr. Karl.